I'm live. Hello and welcome to the shop and also to my very first YouTube Live. What I'm going to do today is, earlier this week I posted a couple of videos on a money blank and Inlace Acrylister money blank that I made, and one of the blanks I made without painting the tube and the second blank I made with a painted tube, and I asked you guys to vote, and I got quite a large response. We'll talk about the numbers in a minute. Really happy about that. So tonight we're going to just show you guys which one was the winner, and when we pick the winner, we're going to go ahead and press it into a kit. So let's get started. Give me 1 second. I'm working with my daughter. She's going to be taking care of comments tonight, so I want to get the iPad set up so that she can follow along and do that. Yes. Comments should come up. Comments will start coming up down here, I do believe. Okay. All right, first off, let me give you some numbers. I ended up having 154 people who made a choice on which blank they liked. And the winning blank, well, let me just give you the numbers. Unpainted had 60 people who liked the unpainted blank. Painted ended up having 94. For a long time there, though, the first couple of days, they were neck and neck, and at one point we were only about 2 votes apart between the painted and the unpainted. So the winner tonight is the painted blank, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this assembled into a kit. Give me a second to get the camera turned around, and I've got everything set up over here, and we'll start working on it. I'm going to be using the Palisades kit that I got from, actually I got this at the woodworking show from Peachtree. The kit, however, I've been asked quite a bit about this, came in a Timber Bits bag. My guess is these were closed out pins because they were 2 for $10. And when you go to Timber Bits website, I had a subscriber help me with this. I could not find the Palisades. He found them listed as the Wall Street. And I will tell you that the bushings I'm using are the Wall Street bushings from Woodcraft. They work great. I believe the other pin that uses those bushings is the Sierra. So I'm going to go ahead now, and the first thing I want to do with this pin is I want to take a close look at either end of the pin and just see if I have any flaws or anything that I want to cover up with the clip. And as I look at it, I really don't. Both ends look really nice. So I think we're going to go ahead and we'll put the cap in this end, and we'll put the nib on this end. Now, you've seen me probably assemble these pins in some of my other videos. We're just going to take a ink refill. We slide our spring right on it, put it into the nib, and just like the Wall Street, your transmission will thread right into the pin. Okay. We got a real nice action there when it comes to ejecting and retracting the ink. I really like this style pin. I've been making quite a few of the Wall Streets lately too. And I think I mentioned this in the video. There is one little spot here where you can see a tiny bit of silver, and I think that's where I first put the tube in. I might have scraped it. And what I'm going to do is line my clip up to where the clip covers that, because the rest of it looks really nice. Okay, let's get this in the pin press. We'll get her started. Make sure she starts square. Okay. Got a really nice fit there. I like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and put the front half of the pin in. And there we have it. Your people's choice. Money pin with green paint.
Jim says hello.
Hey Jim, hello, how you doing? Listen, if you guys have any questions, I'm more than willing to hang around for a few minutes. and talk with you. But I do have one other thing I want to do. I really appreciate the comments I got on this pin, both videos, lots of positive comments, and I truly appreciate all of the interaction with you guys voting on your favorite painted or non-painted blank. So I got a little surprise for you. Didn't announce this because I wanted to save this for the guys and the ladies who participated. But if you voted for the painted blank, I've got your name in this bag right here. I'm going to go ahead and put these in a little bucket. I'm going to draw a name out, and if I draw your name, send me your address. I'm going to send you this pin. Let me do this right now. We're going to do it live. And like I said, I saved this for the people who participated because I greatly appreciate your participation. It's what keeps me going.
Cheryl says it is a beautiful pen.
Hey, thank you, Cheryl. I really appreciate that. Get all of my, let me lay this down for a second. We're going to get all the names out of here. Make sure everybody gets their name in there. These are the people who voted for the painted blank. So since you guys like the painted blank, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to win the painted blank. And I got something with a top so I can really shake these up, make sure they're good and mixed up. I've got my daughter here. Grayson, would you just step over here for 1 second? I need you to reach in there, and she's going to pull out a name. Just pull one out. All right, let me lay this aside. Who have we got here? Ed Nygaard. Ed, you're probably not watching tonight, but hopefully you watch this video in the next couple of days. If one of you guys happens to know Ed, send him a message. Tell him he won this pin. He can send me my email address. I will put it in the comments after we finish up this video. But my email address is rjbwoodturner, one word, at ufoww.com. So if you will send me your email or your mailing address, I will get this pin in the mail to you.
Flint says nice job.
Hey, thank you, Flint. I appreciate that. And I got one more surprise for you guys. A lot of you guys liked the blank that was not painted. I'm going to go ahead and give this away tonight. If you happen to win this, it's going to come to you just like this. You can go to your local Woodcraft, or you can go to a Rockler, you can go to Penn State, anywhere they sell pin kits. You can get a Sierra, you can get a Wall Street, and all you have to do is use a clamp and you can press this together and you can make yourself a pin. So let me get those names in the bucket and we'll draw somebody out who's going to take this blank home.
Chad says great information on your videos.
Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. I always try to give you guys as much as I can because, you know, it's just what I like to do, you know.
Melissa said the video feed is down.
Oh, the video feed is down?
I guess. It just did that for me. It's back up now.
Okay. I think we're back up, guys. If you notice the video feed goes down again, let me know. I'm running on Wi-Fi because I'm using my phone as a camera. Keep me posted if it goes back down, sis.
It's back. Oh, I got it. I'm back again.
Okay, have you caught up with me?
Nope. It's down again.
Okay, guys. Ooh.
It just went down again.
$8:46. Let's see. Well, guys, I tell you what, I lost my video feed, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and continue this video, and then when I finish it, it will actually put this video out on my YouTube channel. Hey, it looks like we might be back up. I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. This is my first one. I expected a few bugs. Hopefully I can work those out for future live videos. But I've got the blank here, the unpainted tube, and I've got all of the names. These are the people who voted unpainted. And now what I want to do is get that nice and shook up.
Darren says, keep up the great work.
Hey, thank you, Darren. I appreciate it. Okay, sis, you're drawing. Give me a name out of there. All right. All right, we got LYOKO88. So, if you see this video, send me your mailing address, and I'll drop this in the mail to you, and you can press this together and make yourself your very own pin. Let me keep those separate so I know who gets what. That's really all I had for this video, guys. If you've got any questions for me, I'd be glad to hang out for a couple of minutes and answer them. So fire away.
It seems like it's working now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, Michael says, I want to start pin turning, but don't know exactly how much money it'll take to get started and what exactly I'll need.
Okay, Michael, I tell you what. I have a document called What You Need to Turn Pins. And in that document, I talk about the nice to haves and the need to haves. If you will send me an email at rjbwoodturner@ufoww.com, and I will put that address in the comments later, send me an email and I will forward that to you. And it talks about some of the tools you'll need, etc. Now, as for a total cost, it kind of depends on what you buy. I've got a Harbor Freight lathe. It's under $200. You can go out and spend $1,000 on a lathe, and you can spend anywhere in between. In regard to tools, don't buy cheap tools. You don't have to buy the top of the line, but buy a middle grade tool. I try to buy something in the middle. So I've got some Easy Wood tools. That's kind of what I recommend for new turners, is the Carbide Easy Wood. And the reason why I recommend those is the toughest part about turning is keeping your tools sharp. And if you don't want to blow a ton of cash right up front, Carbide's a nice option to be able to use your tools, keep them sharp, just swap out the cutter until you get used to it and make sure you like it and you're ready to put some money into it for a turning system. I would say probably I went overboard and I spent about $300, not including the lathe, to get started turning. So I would say if you discounted the lathe, don't talk about the lathe, maybe $200, $250 to get started, just as a rough estimate. That's where I would go.
The Tactile Painter says, how do you recommend networking to get your name out there to increase sales?
Well, wow. The best thing that you can do, is probably to use Facebook, okay? And the reason why, when you make a Facebook post, if one of your friends happens to like it, all of their friends see your post, all right? So when I use Facebook, I make sure, and you guys have all seen me, I'll post a photo of a pin. I'll make sure that if anybody says, hey, nice pin, or I like your pin, always comment and always answer the questions. And the reason why is those people will appreciate that. They will continue to post, they will continue to share, and ask people. Ask people to share. Say, hey, if you like my pin, or you like the bowl I turned, or whatever, please share this so more people can see it. That's what's worked for me, and you'll eventually build kind of an audience / following. And that's, I know that's not super in-depth and maybe doesn't answer your question, but that's kind of my take on it.
Michael says, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Michael.
And Sam says, do you know what causes the white stuff at the end of this pin blank? I normally have no issues, but this is my third attempt at a CA finish on this pin. There's no photo.
Okay, Michael, a lot of things can cause...
No, Sam.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Michael. And Sam, a lot of things can cause that whiteness. I'm going to go through just a couple of them really quickly. If you have a pin blank that is damp, for example, maybe you have a tree in the backyard, a big limb got knocked off by a storm, and you want to make a pin out of it. If that blank is damp, the dampness, when you put the CA on, it builds, the CA gets really hot. When it cures, it'll bring the moisture out and can cause a white, kind of a white film or white spots on your blank. If you clean your blank with denatured alcohol on standard dry wood, which I do every blank, give it plenty of time to dry. In the videos, you see me clean it and then immediately go to CA. That doesn't happen. I clean it, I let the lathe spin, I shut the camera off for maybe 5-10 minutes, make sure all the wet spots are gone, because any dampness, when that heat starts to build from that CA curing, is going to come to the surface and create white spots. Also, do make sure you are cleaning it, because any dust or anything, not only on the pin, but vacuum up your lathe, your bed of your lathe, your table, all around your lathe, because that can also get in your pin and cause spotting. And the last thing I want to mention is activator. Stay away from the activator. I have been not using it. I usually put about 5 coats of a medium, of a thin, and that's to kind of seal the blank and everything. and then I'll go and put some medium, and I shut the camera off. I let it dry between coats. The only time I use activator is on the final coat because I want to make sure it's good and dry before I micro mesh. Activator will cause your pen to get spotty. Some activators will, and also too much activator will cause your finish to crack. Sorry for the long response there, but there's a lot to that one. It could be any one of those things, and if none of those things help, email me and we'll talk about it, and I'll see if I can help you out.
The Tactile Painter says thank you. Sam says thank you very much for the information.
Thank you.
And Terry says, which do you prefer, CA versus friction, and why?
Okay, that's an awesome question. Thank you, Terry. I have used friction polish in the past, and I actually love friction polish. Friction polish with a little wax over it. It makes a gorgeous, rich, warm finish. The reason why I choose CA, and I only choose CA over friction on my pens, because that pen gets handled constantly. You've got dirt, you've got oil, your hands are sweating, and your pen, after about 3, 4, 5 months, is going to start looking dirty and grungy. You put a CA finish on there, nothing's going to get to that wood. I've got pens that are 4 or 5 years old that look almost as good as they did the day I turned them. Now, if I turn a Christmas ornament, or I turn a top, or I turn a little candlestick or a vase, anything else, I generally go with friction polish. And I use 2 types. I like the Hut friction polish, but I really like that Shello wax. I'll use a Triple E, and then I'll use a Shello wax, and it gives a beautiful, rich, warm finish. That's kind of my opinion on it.
Bridget says, this is an amazing channel. Love your pens. Keep turning.
Thank you, Bridget. I appreciate that. I really do.
Mitchell says, you, sir, are the pen guru. Love your videos.
Thank you, Mitchell. I really appreciate that.
And Tim says, love the shirt.
Oh, yeah, man. Check it out. Can you see the bottom of it? The bottom of it says, those were the droids I was looking for. Whoa. Hang on. Let me get my tripod here. Those were the droids I was looking for. Love it. Big Star Wars fan from way back.
Terry says, thank you.
You're welcome, Terry.
And for right now, that is all we have.
All right, guys, I wanted this to be short and sweet. I just kind of wanted to learn how this technology worked. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this video down. If you have any questions or you catch this video later tonight or tomorrow, feel free to email me, and I will make sure that my email address is in the comments for you. I see another comment popped up.
Yes. Hi, Andrew says, hi, Bob. I love your handiwork. What do you think of Mylands? Mylands.
Mylands. I have not used Mylands friction polish personally, but there's a fella in the club who does use it, and he raves about it. So I can't really give you one way or the other. I can just tell you that my only interaction with it, the fella does love that polish. So I'd love to try some sometime, but I'll have to wait till what I've got is gone before and I probably will try some Mylands one of these days because I've heard a lot about it. It's supposed to be good. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for my first YouTube Live. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you guys supporting my channel, watching my videos. You don't know how much the comments mean to me. It really does. Thank you so much. I want you guys to have a great evening. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. You feel free to come back and see me anytime. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.